So here are some highlights of day 3 and some tips that go along with it as far as yoga goes. There's the crescent lunge that I'm doing right now into camel pose. Oh my gosh, okay. I was having a really hard time being able to balance this one. Just remember to keep your feet grounded while you're juxtaposing with your hands and trying to get them up to the sky. Remember a flat back, especially when you're doing this one. So here we have the actual lunge, and I just like to think about my hips going to the ground a little bit wider. I really just love this. I feel like I'm oh, and there's the twist. Okay. Come on, move your head. Come on, come on. There you go. Okay, as you can see, I'm gazing behind. That helps with the twist. Make sure your spine is elongating on each inhale. That will really help you move along. Again, I needed to put my hips down a little bit more for that one. Oh, and the pyramid, as you can see that there is a triangle. That's how you know it's a pyramid. I'm putting my hands on my knees just to, again, elongate my spine, especially the lower back. Ooh, okay. I'm having some balance issues today, as you can tell. Just stay grounded and that won't happen to you, but apparently it happens to me. That's okay though. Again, we have the camel right over there. I was trying to find your foot. Okay, there we go. And be sure that your hand is actually trying to go towards the sky so it doesn't go too much on your standing knee. And then you're just cartwheeling those hands to go back into a lunge. Great, and now we have down dog. Remember to look at your knees when you're doing down dog. My spine should have been a little bit straighter as I was doing that. Oh, okay. Oh, this one is actually really nice for your thighs. It feels so good. Come on, girl. Come on. Trying to, again, elongate my spine and then hinge at the hips and slowly work your way over. I'm inhaling, elongating the spine, and then just exhaling, spilling over. If you can touch your toes, that helps elongate a lot. Great. And as you can go and trying to create more space and trying to help out with that. Now we're doing the reverse. You can stay like this, or you can also go to your elbows, which helps a lot. Make sure your heel is near your booty. This is just my variation because it was helping with my back. I was bending it a little bit. And just having some fun and creating more space for this. Now we have a little bit of my inflexibility. As you can tell, what's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to reach my right hand over all the way to my toes, but as you can tell, I wasn't really able to do that. I'm hoping within the next 30 days I'll be able to do that. But as you're looking at this, make sure that your hands are elongating. And it's almost like you're wearing a nice piece of jewelry. You just want to show it off. So now we have the other side that we're doing. Again, hopefully by the end of the 30 days, I'll be able to put my head on the mat. But if not, it's okay. Just being aware of what your body can take and what your body can do, that definitely helps a lot. And don't you just honestly love those booty shorts? They are so much fun. And honestly, I love the Leotard from Capezio. The shorts I just got from Maxx, but they're really, really comfy. And they actually don't ride up, which is awesome because I have very long legs and things tend to ride up a lot. Again, that's my variation. You can point your toes if you would like or keep them flexed. That's totally up to you. Or you can hug your legs like I just did. During this day, I was very present about elongating my spine and making sure my core was engaged, because my core has not been very engaged for a while. So let's see what this exercise is. Looking up to the sky, are we? You can tell that my legs are engaged because you see a little bit more muscle over there. It should be engaged the whole time, and you should just be feeling like your sit bones, or the bones where you actually sit, are very, very grounded and very heavy. And your thighs are engaged, everything. Ooh. Oh my gosh. And I really love this leotard just because it showcases the back and it makes these really nice lines. That's good. Look at what I'm doing with the points. Now what I would like to do is point my feet a little bit more, get more of a consistent line with that, and that's just from, yes, much better. And instead of spilling over, just make sure to keep your standing hand like a tree trunk, very rooted. Okay. I was definitely losing balance with that one as well because it is very moving. All right. But you know what? You keep going, right, ladies? Right, gents? Just keep on going. Yep. And notice, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to move on from that and do a little bit more downward dog. So this is good. It's pedaling your feet, especially if this is the first time you're doing it. So just pedal the feet if you need to. It's the same position that we were in. When it looks like you're being still, make sure that you are trying to elongate, that you're breathing, that you're doing something with your body so you can stretch it a little bit more. You can do something with it. Just try not to be still. Be present, breathe, elongate. That's the name of the game. So here we are. We're just looking up at the palm of our hands right now. It doesn't matter if your feet are pointed or not. That is not part of the movement. So now we're going into our, we're just relaxing the belly, getting our elbows nice and steady for the plank. I've been doing planks for a long time, and what really helps me is having the crown of my head, or actually wear a crown where you would think it would go. Make sure that is elongated, as well as your toes. So it's a little bit of a stretch from your toes. Someone's pulling at your toes, someone's pulling at the crown of your head. Oh, three-legged downward dog. That needs to be a lot. There's just something about this. Like, when you're doing yoga, you should have fun with it. And if you lose your balance, just start over again. Don't be mean to yourself. Be nice and kind to yourself always, because you know what? Life does throw you off balance sometimes, and it just depends on the reaction that you take towards that. So here's another lunge. My hips should be down a little bit more. I just have very long legs, so it's hard to actually keep a good stance on that one. Okay, so great. Oh, struggling a little bit with that one as well. That's all right. Great. Okay, so here's downward dog again. You can do downward dog. It really helps with your back as long as you have your hands anchored and as long as, okay, yeah. I need to engage my core a little bit more. That's why that one happened. Okay, yeah. That's not bad. It's a nice shape. The nice 90-degree angle in my feet and toes. Yep. And you'll notice that sometimes I'm correcting myself because I really haven't done yoga for so long. But I do know the actual poses, even if my body doesn't want to do them right now. Sometimes I'm bouncing a little bit. That's just to create some more space. For that one, I was just trying to stretch out my hips a little bit more. It really feels so good if you do that. So just try that when you're doing your yoga practice, just to bounce a little bit, very lightly, but still bounce. This one, your spine needs to be a little bit more elongated than it is for mine. Standing pose. Oh, and I moved. Oh, swan dive. Swan dive is one of my favorites. Good, nice 90-degree angle. Okay, my legs need to be a little bit more, yep. Okay. I heard my own advice. That's exciting. Don't know how that happened. Again, I just love the way this leotard looks like on my back. Like, I feel like I should be like a back model or something. That's going to be my new hobby. I'm just going to be a back model. Crescent. Ooh, and a little bit off balance. Again, I need to make sure that my core is definitely more engaged and that my feet are more grounded. Now we're going for the twist. If you want to, you can open up your arms for a little bit more of a balance challenge. I probably shouldn't try that. And then here's the pyramid, the triangle. Remember, pyramid pose, triangle. Woohoo! It's just keeping your feet and legs nice and elongated. Great. Okay, here we go. Make sure that your hip, the left hip that I have, is pulling one way and that your right shoulder is pulling the other way. This will make a very nice spinal twist. And then vice versa. And this one, I'm just peeking over. Just think about it, peeking over the mat. Just as another juxtaposition. So here we are, some more flexibility. I did add a little bit of flexibility boost for this one. So they're definitely having me do a lot of flexible poses. My legs are very sore after this. This is future myself. Great, that's a really nice gaze. And just follow your body. Whatever your body is telling you, just listen to it. Just do it. And you can always start off just by holding your knees. You can always just start out by holding your ankles and then slowly progressing to your toes and then slowly progressing to where your head is touching your leg. Oh, that's pretty. But again, it needs to be a nice line. So I'm going to work on that. Looking at the computer. If you want a deeper stretch, my right arm can go over my left knee, and that will give you more of a spinal stretch. And the next one, I'm peeking over the mat. And you notice I made a little bit of a correction. I was pointing my toes, but again, that's just for me, just because I want to be a little bit more flexible. You can point or flex, point or flex, point or flex. So I'm starting at my calf, and then I go over to my toes just for a little progression. That's what my body was telling me to do. Elongating my spine. If at any point you're feeling any tension or something that doesn't feel right, you'll notice what I just did was I just shook it off. Just shake it off. Just shake, 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 shake. And it will help a lot. Great, so here we go. Right, okay. That was really a hard moment. These are very difficult for me right now, and as you can see, I was just like, nope, not doing this. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more stamina, right? So normally I really like these, and I like to put my elbows where my knees are and then just press my elbows on my knees to elongate my spine, and then to also open my hip flexors a little bit more. You can curve your back on this if you want to, or you can elongate your spine. It's totally up to you. And you can go as far down as you want to. And then moving your hands to one side so you can really feel the left side. And just breathe into that. And then go to the left side. Just walk your feet over like spiders. And really feel your right side. And that should help you a little bit with your practice. I should have put my shoulders back on that one. So right now I'm just showing you, just going a little bit further into the pose that we just did. Again, progressing, putting my feet in a little bit more to intensify the stretch. And then putting my arms underneath, again, to intensify the stretch. So we have 3 progressions going on here, and that just feels so good. Like it feels so good. Oh, I love this one. Okay. This is supposed to be with a round back. I would definitely say that when you are grasping your heels to try. Okay, this one is just cracking me up. Anyway, when you're grasping your heels, just to think about your booty going up more and to see how far it can go up. Okay, this one is actually, I know it looks crazy, but it feels really, really good. Then this one, we're just going into the plank. Make sure to inhale and exhale. And yes, your hips do need to be up, but they also need to be, it needs to be square with your body. So just keep that in mind. And just inhale, exhale for 3 breaths. Okay, so this one is actually called the puppy pose, and you'll notice like what I'm doing is creating kind of a wave. Now what you should be doing is putting your hips and your booty a little bit closer to your toes. So that's something I'm going to work on. And you're just going to push that foot out, pull it in, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Right. Again, I see another correction here. What I want to do is make sure that both of my hands have an equal weight distribution, so my body is more square. You know, when I was doing this, it was actually interesting because I was cramping up a little bit. Just make sure that you hydrate a lot. Like a lot more than you think you need to. Like store up for winter. And that's not bad, except the foot needs to be a little bit more centered. And of course, these are the breathing exercises. They just get you mentally prepared, and you want to set an intention for the day. What are you going to accomplish that day? What are you going to do during your yoga practice? I sound like a I sound like a robot. What are you going to do? Rolling the ankles, that's a nice way to warm up. As you can tell, these are not in sequence. I just wanted to give you highlights of what I did today. And the ankle rolls are really good. Shoulder rolls, leg rolls. We were doing hip rolls earlier. Just helps with everything. Roll clockwise and then counterclockwise. Cool. So now we have the hip openers. I like to just place my hand. Yes, girl. Okay. So I like to just do that to add an extra stretch to my right thigh. And then go up a little bit. I was having a little bit of fun with this one as well. You'll see in a moment. But I'm just focusing my gaze and thinking about my back being as straight as possible right now. Let's see. Yep. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Just giving it an extra stretch. It feels so good just to move around and let this be your own practice. Make sure to flex your feet also, because that helps a lot. Now, when you're interweaving, I don't know if that's a word. When you're doing that, make sure that your elbow that is on your left quad is actually pushing against it for an even deeper stretch. And here I'm just pulling in my foot and pointing it. As you can tell, I got a little bit of a cramp, but that's okay. Okay, so this one, it looks a little bit crazy. I feel like I'm in a pretzel, but it also feels really good. I know you can't tell, but my right thigh feels so good, the inner thigh, when that happens. And just pull apart your feet even more if you want a deeper stretch. It really does help a lot. Make sure to flex your feet. And this is just such an easy one for your inner thigh, especially if you are working on floor exercises. Okay. I'm on my goal post. Okay, this is very good for your shoulders. It's just hard for me to get into right now. As you can tell, I'm like laughing a little bit just because it feels so awkward, and I used to be able to do this one, guys. I used to be able to do it. It's okay, I'll get it next time. So just keeping your hand like a goalpost and just feeling that nice shoulder twist. And then, of course, doing it on the other side so you can just see what I was doing with my foot. I look and feel very awkward in this. I need to get better at this one, but it was serving its purpose, and I was definitely feeling my shoulders elongating and feeling a little bit better, so that was nice. And then, as you can tell, you can just spill your leg over to the right side, and it's just a nice like little twist to help you with your shoulders. It looks like it should be helping with much more, right? Maybe that's why I was feeling so crazy. And there's the goalpost again. So that's it for today. That was the highlight reel, and this was Quarterback Monday. Bye.